Yo, what up? Peace and blessings to the fam. This your big homie Jared with RetroInsider.com. Thank you and shout out to all you new and returning viewers. So today, got a very special shoe. We're taking a closer look at the A Ma Maniére Nike Air Force One hand wash cold. This is basically a luxurious take on a classic silhouette. So in today's video, we're going to break down the release info, go into the quality in terms of the materials and also the construction. Then we'll wrap it up with the fit and comfort. So for your viewing pleasure, if you want to skip ahead to a specific part of the video, I will leave timestamps in the description below. So let's get into it. So as far as the release, this shoe released on March 29th via A Ma Maniére's website for a retail price of $150. Now, as it stands right now, I do not believe they will be releasing on Nike sneakers. So if you haven't gotten your hand on a pair of these, you might have to go to the secondary market. So StockX, GOAT, eBay. Now, currently prices sit roughly slightly above retail. After fees and taxes, you'll pay quite a bit over retail. But I do think these will kind of settle down a little bit closer to retail over the next couple weeks. I know A Ma Maniére takes a while to ship, so when shoes start arriving at people's doorsteps, you might see that price slightly go down slightly. But over time, you'll gradually start to see them go up. I know the Air Force One is a very popular model, and the black done the way this one is being done, I think you'll see the demand for this stay pretty steady over time and maybe even increase. So as far as the collection this was a part of, it was a part of the For the Love collection, which also included an Air Max 95 and an Air Jordan 3 Diffuse Blue. Now I have a pair of the Diffuse Blue 3s coming, so stay tuned for that review. But all in all, I think this was an excellent release, definitely excellent execution of how they wanted to go about doing this this colorway. And let's get into the design and the quality here in the next part. All right, so as you can tell, the materials on this shoe, leather, and more leather with a little bit of textile on the sock liner. But as you can see, this is some great leather, y'all. And to be honest with you, I haven't experienced much better leather on a Nike shoe in a very long time, if ever. So this is consistent with kind of what A Ma Maniére has already done with other Air Force One releases. I know they did one last year in that kind of light pinkish colorway. And this was one that I really love. So you can see the texture around the shoe. Even on the swoosh, you can see that texture as well. And then moving over to the medial side, everything is consistent as far as the texture. A little bit of sheen, but not too much sheen. But just gives it a nice elevated look, if I do say so myself. Now, of course, we have these hits of white, which is the base of the Nike swoosh, which is also done in leather. And I think that just adds the right amount of contrast and adds to the sophistication of this shoe. Now, as far as the toe box, let's give y'all a look. This is one standout feature that I think some people might miss is the A Ma Maniére A's, which make their way perforated onto the toe box. So traditionally in the Air Force One, this would just be perforated all around, but they decided to put a subtle hit of the branding right there. Now, since we're down here, let's talk about the lace dubray done in this kind of brushed metal material. Another added luxurious touch to this shoe, along with the matching metal lace aglets. So like I said, I don't know if I've had personally a better feeling Air Force One or Nike in general than this one right here. So they put a lot of time and effort into making sure this was worth the additional cost, in my opinion. So as far as the tongue, we have an all leather tongue. And then we also have this co-branded tongue label that's also done in leather. It has Nike Air, A Ma Maniére as well. So as far as the laces themselves, it's kind of a flat lace. Well, it is a flat lace, but it kind of has that kind of wax kind of look where it has a little sheen to it, but it's not completely wax. But another luxurious part of this shoe. Now moving on to the sock liner, we have just a regular textile, but it does have the A Ma Maniére monogram A's all throughout it. So subtle yet profound feature, I think, for this shoe. Now, if I pull out the insole, you're going to find that same monogram pattern on the insole, which just takes this shoe to an entirely different level. Now, probably one of my favorite aspects of the shoe, as you can see, is the debossed A Ma Maniére A above the Nike swoosh on the back heel. So that right there is just the icing on the cake for me. So as you can see, moving down the midsole, it's all black, but we do have the A Ma Maniére here on the lateral side where Nike, or excuse me, Air would traditionally be on a normal Air Force One. And then we have that white line moving over to the medial side, which has the traditional Air right there. So outsole, translucent blue outsole, but because the midsole is black, gives it a kind of a dark bluish gray kind of look. And I really love that feature. I'm glad they didn't do white down here, because as you know, if you have white outsoles, they're bound to get dirty. And in some cases, they cannot be cleaned once they are dirty. So this right here just keeps it wearable and then keeps the durability up as well. So also a touch that I haven't seen in a while from Nike. We do have a plastic shoe tree here, as you can tell by the sound. So, you know, they, in a sense, they spared no expense on this shoe. So the $150, in my opinion, is well worth it. And if you are a fan of the Air Force One, and which I am, I like Air Force Ones, but I based on the negative association with black Air Force Ones, I would never buy all black Air Force One. So it's amazing how just the white outline and a little bit of white here transforms the whole mood of this shoe. So that's it as far as the quality of the materials, and as far as the construction. As you can see, as I was showing you the shoe, no real quality controls issues on my pair. Now that's, you know, something that could be different on another pair, but for me, mine is pretty good. Only thing I do see is out of the box, it had this kind of indentation. Well, this actually piece kind of being brought out of the shoe right here. I don't know if that comes from the shoe tree or what, but not a big deal, but I did notice that. So next, let's get into the fit and the comfort. All right, guys, so as far as the fit of the Nike Air Force One, the A Ma Maniére is consistent with a traditional Nike Air Force One. So most people go true to size. However, someone like myself who prefers a more one-to-one fit, which also reduces the creasing on the toe box, I go down a half a size. So traditionally, I'm a 12 in like Air Max 1s, Air Jordan 3s, Air Jordan 4s. Most of Nike products, I'm going a 12 in, with the exception of maybe an Air Force One. An Air Jordan 1. So I go down a half size like my Air Jordan 1s. So this is 11 and a half. It fits good with me. Now, traditionally, I like to also wear my laces a little loose, so that one-to-one fit is more important for me. So of course, each person is different. Their size and preference is different. So I would just recommend, if you do want a pair, go with your normal Air Force One size. And if you're new to the Air Force One model, you can go to any store. Foot Locker, Foot Action is no longer in existence. But Finish Line, JD Sports, Champs, they will have pairs for you to try on. So as far as the comfort of the Air Force One, I'm gonna be honest, it's not that comfortable to me. I'm a guy who wears a lot of running shoes, retro running shoes. So in comparison, it's no really comparison. I mean, it's just night and day. These are a little bit heavier, less flexible, less breathable. So are they wearable just from day to day, just kind of casually wearing out? Most definitely. But you're not going to want to run a marathon in these. You're not even going to want to walk a lot in Air Force Ones, to be honest with you. So I would just basically consider this a stylish lifestyle shoe. If you're going somewhere, you're not expecting to be up moving around too much, this is a great option. But anything outside of that, not going to be too good for you. Just keep in mind, this is the shoe that originally released back in 1982. Not much has been updated as far as technology in these type shoes. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the fit and the comfort. If you have any questions or suggestions for others regarding the fit, please leave them in the comments below. I like to use the comment section as a resource for those who are interested in this particular shoe. So let's wrap it up with my final thoughts. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I know a lot of people have tired of like the A Ma Maniére collaborations. A lot of these shoes don't sell out like they used to a few years ago, and I understand they've kind of milked a lot of their design language to they've just milked it. They've done a lot of the same colorways, a lot of subtle, understated designs, which is something like for somebody like myself, I really do appreciate. I'm at the age where I don't wear a lot of loud shoes. That's not to say I won't and I don't have any, but the majority of shoes that I buy are more like this. Kind of 1 or 2 colors max, can go with a lot of different things and just have more of an understated design language. So for me personally, that makes this a huge success in my opinion. So I know others are looking for more spark and spunk, but for me, this is a great shoe. So if you're someone like myself who prefers some of that kind of chill vibe, you're not gonna go wrong with this shoe, especially if it's something you plan on actually wearing and putting on feet. So hopefully the prices stay kind of relatively reasonable for a long time. But as I stated in the intro or earlier in the video, I could see these shoes really kind of moving up over time. Black shoes, for some reason, well, I know why. They're just so versatile and wearable. They really do well. And so this is one that I really had on my radar when I seen images of that last year. And although I like the previous Air Force One release, I feel like this one was better simply because of the wearability. So they're probably equally as good on quality and stuff like that, but this one is good. So once again, thank you so much for checking out the content, guys. Hey, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I appreciate everyone who's joined the crew over the last couple weeks and months. Really getting back into video making, which I really enjoy. Also, the retroinsider.com, I've been spending a lot of time updating that. So right now it's under lock and key, but I will be opening that up to the public here pretty soon, where I have posts of written reviews of shoes, have call outs to all of the future sneaker releases, so you can stay tuned. And of course, I'm gonna do some giveaways as we reach these milestones as far as YouTube milestones. So if you want to go to the website, I'll definitely do a video letting you guys know when it's live. I'm gonna have a kind of newsletter, and you do definitely want to be subscribed to that, because that's where a lot of the goodies, the thank yous that I'm gonna give to you all are gonna be conducted through the email. So once again, thank you so much. Until next time, stay humble and proceed.